brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the Cowboys on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And Dak going to start out going to the air. And his first pass is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And got his man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And brought in downfield by Burks. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Okay, break.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just get rid of it. Charles already trailing by a touchdown early. And this offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He completes this to Walker. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. We're able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now Prescott. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Prescott. This one downfield to Burks. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about it. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Devin Duvernay, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Sticking with Walker on second down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded at about the 28. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
They'd almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
He gets it to Burks again. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Gardner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. 21-0 our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Trying the left side with Walker. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll drop the throw. Forced out to his left. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Steps away to his left. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An attempt at a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And they will take over 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. They've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott now. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows it a whip for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
And he's made the most of it to this point. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down. Prescott off play action. Open man downfield is Duvernay. Touchdown, Cowboys. Devin Duvernay with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead. In the second quarter and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly,
Walker hitting the ball is out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. How about this starting field position? First and goal from 2 yards out. Dak's going to keep it. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on second and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 3 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
McPherson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. first down throw for Prescott. On the slant, Burks. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
A second down throw for Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing we're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the slant, it's Fant. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Pressure comes and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC Divisional Round game. And it's the Arizona Cardinals who are not done yet as they knock off the Green Bay Packers. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and this tells the story right here. As a unit, negative yards passing through 2 quarters of play. That is something you almost never see. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Walker. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Again, Walker. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That pass taken in by Burks. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On the give, this is their fullback. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give for Walker running right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A swing pass here to Edwards. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner. Knowing you just run the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Fights through him. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys. Traylon Burks from 21 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this...
Back now in Arlington. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Looking to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now here come the Cowboys. And they have made this look easy. There's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 99 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. A first down carry by Elliott. And down to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. McPherson on for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. And out now come the Seahawks. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And McPherson on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Cowboys. On the move past the 40. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. McPherson now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football. We witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Flush to his right. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. There's the stiff arm. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Shoves him aside to about the 40-yard line. That
straight ahead positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. 35 yards that time on the punt. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah,
and now here is another interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Room here to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That good for 19 and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And the Cowboys will advance to the next round as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.